last week, Holly spoke about The Perfect Neighbor, which you spoke about on Netflix, because Netflix, I think, one of the things that they do probably better than most people. I think Netflix documentaries, you're usually in good hands. But there are different levels of documentary. There's the Fire Festival, which just sort of blows your mind with the access that they have and the crazy story that they're telling you. There's like The Perfect Neighbor that Holly told, which is it's just kind of like, keeping the quality all the way up. And then there's something which is a little bit more exploitative, and I think this what might be this might be more in the exploitative field, which is it's called Dirty Pop, and it's about a guy called I can't remember, but he was the guy who formed the Backstreet Boys. He's the one who formed the Backstreet Boys, and he formed NSYNC. And it's all about him, and it's all about how he formed the Backstreet Boys and how he formed NSYNC, and how, obviously the reason why they'll tell you about this is why they're telling this story. And how everything went to pot, essentially. How everything went to pot, how his empire did not continue being this big empire. And it's 3 episodes. I think for the first episode, it's quite interesting because it talks about how he set up NSYNC, and how he set up Backstreet Boys, and what he did with them, how he went about, how he thought. Hang on a second. First of all, because the way he went about the way he started in the business is because he had a charter plane rental business where you could charter a plane, and he had New Kids on the Block. Holly, remember them?
Oh yes, oh yes.
And he had New Kids on the Block come and charter a plane from him, and he was like, hang on a second, what did these guys do? They're a boy band? How on earth did they have enough money to charter this plane? And then he looked into it and realized how much money they were making, and he said, I need to make myself a boy band. And so he went and made a boy band, and he came up with the Backstreet Boys. It was a success. He went and got NSYNC, and there's so many of these bands that happened around that time that I was kind of like, I did not realize he was behind all of them, because he essentially created a factory to just create these things. But it all fell apart because there was a scam at the heart of it. And this is the weird thing where I feel like there's a bit halfway through this documentary where I just get this, they just turned over 2 pages at once feeling, where they give you this interesting story, and then you feel as if they ran out of interesting story, and so they try and smash another story into the interesting story, and then try and jump from one to the other. You're like, hang on, wait, what just happened? What does that have to do with that? What does that have to do with that? No, you haven't explained that properly. And I find that this is it's a trend I find in a lot of documentaries that I've been watching recently, where it's like, intriguing idea, where are we going? And then somewhere halfway through, they try and smash something else together, and it just, for me, doesn't work. And by the end, it is a lot less intriguing than where it started out. And it just kind of like, is the way I felt about it. So I thought Dirty Pop, the boy band scam, started off in an interesting place, I thought. It was a guy called Lou Pearlman. Yeah, his name was Lou Pearlman. It started off in an interesting place, but then it ended up in this place of just sort of like conjecture and nothing. It seemed like they were just bringing people who were just sort of giving their thoughts about what things actually were, and that was being taken as fact when there was actually no real substance behind it. And I was disappointed by the end of it. I thought if it was the first episode would have been a high 3, maybe a 4. By the time I got to this 3rd episode, I was thinking that this overall thing is a 2. It's a 2 because you promise something, you don't deliver it, and was not impressed. So 2 stars for Dirty Pop, the boy band scam.